and I'm out on my back porch listening to the birds and enjoying the green grass. We got a lot of rain here yesterday, and we've managed to get all the water out of the backyard. You saw my video from yesterday. Um, so uh, it comes on really fast and it leaves really fast. So um, I'm out here enjoying the weather. It's windy today. Like I said, I've become the weatherman. Um, and it is supposed to start really getting warm. Hi, Miss M. Good morning. How are you this fine morning? Monday. It's Monday. You know, think of Monday as the start of the week, and I really don't have anything on my agenda for today. Um, little housework, maybe. Doing good. That's great, Miss M. Maybe a little housework, some stuff like that. We did errands yesterday, so yesterday afternoon. So no going to the store or any of that sort of stuff. Start my week out uh, doing some housework, working out here. I've got some plants to repot, that sort of thing. It's on my agenda for today for a fine Monday morning. Um, Hi, Philip. How are you? Great to see you. It's Tuesday there. Tuesday night? Is it Tuesday night? Yeah, it's Monday morning here. So you've already done your Monday. Mondays can be um, stressful. I can remember, I worked for years, did hair, and the salon was closed on Mondays. Hi, Mike. You're at work. Um, and so my Mondays were always the day to clean house, do errands, laundry. It was busy because I worked Tuesday through Saturday, and then it got to where I didn't work Saturdays. And yeah, it's just past midnight. That's amazing. You're still up. Oh, I don't make it to midnight very often. 10 o'clock, I'm out. So uh, you just can't see. Oh, are you wearing your old glasses, Mike? I'm so sorry you lost your glasses in the lake. That's a costly thing. Um, I have a bunch of old pair of glasses, but after a while, they're just old glasses. I've had these frames for like, I don't know, 5 years, but I had new um, prescription put in them last year. So, hi, Yazan. Where are you from? Welcome in. So, like I said, good morning everywhere. May not be morning for you, but you know, and it's phenomenal how we can get on here and I can talk to somebody that's in Australia, in Indiana, and just um, Minnesota, wherever you're from, uh, and I'm in Texas. So that's a phenomenal thing. I think it's great. So uh, when I got my college degree, I went to work for a corporation, and I had to be working at 8 o'clock Monday through Friday. Israel, welcome in, Yuri. It's great to see you from Israel. Squeaker, you're lovely as impossible as it may be to ask approximately, of course, how old are you? I know there's no way to guess. No, you wouldn't guess. Oh, it's been cold today here where I live in Australia. It's weird weather. Yeah, it's winter there, it's summer here. That's strange. It's like the whole flip, y'all are night, weird day. It's hot here, it's cold there. Um, All right. Who asked me? Squeaker. I am 72 years old. Hi, solo retired life, Leanne. Good morning. How are you, Leanne? Yep, I'm living the retired life. Like I said, I work. I've been working 2 days a week. I don't have to be there at 10 o'clock. I'm done at 5. Um, so, thank you very much. People ask me what's my secret. I think I've always exercised. I have Italian blood, and my grandfather was full-blooded Italian, and that helps. Um, and I have a few beauty secrets. I'm doing well, Leanne. Um, just last week, I was so busy. Some weeks are just like that. I do some online um, coaching and counseling, and um, I was really busy last week. But I don't have any of that. Just I added a half a day on Tuesdays, so I'm working 2.5 days now. Philip said, I will say, though cold to me, it's probably warm to you. We get a lot of hot weather. Yeah, I know. I watched Dora, and she reports of the weather, and it was just so strange. It's Christmas and cold here, and she's swimming and that sort of thing. So it's the same for you being in Australia. Swantails, hi Swantails. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. Glad y'all are all here. It's just a chill Monday. I'm just on a live, just riffing as Karen. Karen's from New Zealand. She calls it riffing, and I kind of like that. Just I call it flying by the seat of my pants. Talking about whatever comes up, whatever the chat, wherever it leads. So I think was it last it was Wednesday night. I do a topic on Wednesday nights. I do a live schedule at 7 o'clock on Wednesdays. And it's Catherine. Good morning. Popping in. Got to get ready for PT in a minute. Yes, you're going to physical therapy. Are y'all going to Kentucky? I don't know if you decided to do that. Swantails is saying good morning. It is a good morning. It's still relatively coolish. It's supposed to be, it's creeping up there close to that 100 mark. So, um, and I'm surprised we haven't hit it yet. Usually, you know, we do, don't y'all know yet, hadn't decided. Yeah, um, that's understandable. Did you find out about your friend? I prayed for her, Catherine, and you. So, Swantails is saying hi to Philip. And a lot of you know each other in here, which is really cool when your community gets to knowing each other and they're on other lives and other areas. Squeaker T said, unfortunately, I got to run. You seem like a very nice person. Wishing you a wonderful day. A beautiful person. Best thing I've seen on YouTube all day. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, but I I do lives. I do long form. I do a few shorts. Haven't put a short lately. She's better, but getting a second opinion. We think she had a TIA. Thank you for praying. Thanks for the update, Catherine. I'll continue to pray for her. Yeah. So, yes. Lots of people need our prayers. Dealing with different things. Health issues are probably high on the priority. You can want a lot of things in life, and but if you're not healthy and you don't have your health, you only want one thing in life. So Miss M saying hi to Catherine. Swantails, how are you? I'm doing really well. My life's kind of leveling out. Seems to be things are better. Philip said I write people's names down on the back of my Bible and I'm running out of space. That's my playlist. Yes, I have a post-it note on my computer and I write people's names on there and maybe might a little add what health, uh, you know, different struggles, prayer list. Yes. Um, and, and I'll pray for those people. Uh, and that's just writing the, their name down is a form of prayer, I think. Uh, it's a visual. Sometimes I don't know their name. I'll put so and so's like Catherine's friend, and I know who that is. God knows who all those people are, and so prayer is so powerful. Um, I believe in prayer. A lot of times, it's not to change God's mind; it's to change my mind. An attitude of prayer and gratitude. That's kind of the way I pray. I pray um, just, I don't ask for things. I just thank God for them like they've already done. Swan tells, I am an atheist. Well, you're still welcome here. Um, you know, that's um, certainly your right to believe whatever you believe. Um, I have, as I've gotten to be an adult, I've gotten more broad about a higher power or nature really speaks to me, and there's so much power in nature, and I tell when uh, the last few times I speak publicly and tell my story, and I talk about um, Niagara Falls and the power that I felt there. Oh my goodness, that was a phenomenal thing. I had a spiritual experience in a little boat, getting sopping wet because my rain thing, the pull thing broke and the hood came up. I was sopping wet. I was like just reveling in the power of nature. I just see so much power in that. So Swan tells says, "Hi, miss you, Miss M." Uh, Leon said, "Oh, that's one place on my bucket list. It is definitely worth the visit." I had a friend that lived in Canada, and the way to see it's on the Canadian side. You can see both of the waterfalls. You can see the big U-shaped one, and then you can see the one on the American side, and uh, it's just really a phenomenal thing to see. That much water has that much power. That pounding, you stand at a parade, and the drums come by, and you can feel the pounding in your heart. That's what it felt like. And then the turbulence and the steam, and then in the afternoon there is a complete rainbow that goes all the way across. You can see it start from like the bottom of the U-shaped falls, and it goes all the way down to the American Falls. It, I just the whole day was like wonderful. Leanne said, that's how I felt when I took a photography tour on Caddo Lake, Texas for sunrise. It was so powerful. Where is Caddo Lake? I've never heard of Caddo Lake, Texas. I live in north central Texas, about 2.5 hours northwest of the Metroplex, almost to the border, we call it, Oklahoma. It's close to LA, close to Louisiana. Where is Julie? I don't know where Julie Jordan Scott is. She does a live, my time 11:30. I think it's 12:30 her time. And I have had something scheduled every Monday, and I've missed it. And I don't today. I'd like to do that. It's at 11:30. She's live for 30 minutes, and so she does intentions and gratitude, intentions for the week, and what are you grateful for. I love it, and I haven't been on there in probably, I know, a month. I know it's been a month. I always catch her Friday morning lives because they're early, and I love watching her. She's great. I've gotten to know her, um, so there's several people on here that I've gotten to know that I actually have their phone numbers and I talk to them. I'm excited. I don't know if y'all know Boomer. What's his channel called? What's up, Boomer? It's Phil. He did a live the other evening, and I was on there. We got to talking about like being sentimental about the stuff that you own, and he's wanting to declutter and stuff. And I told him I did. He said he needed some help, and I told him I do therapy, and we got chatting in the live chat, and he wants to do a collab. So I'm excited about doing that. He's quite the character, and so am I. So it will be an interesting collab with me and Phil on What's Up, Boomer. Um, and that's going to be fun talking about our stuff. I'm sentimental too. And I have the things that I'm sentimental about are the things that my grandmother owned, or my great aunt, or my mother, my dad, and I have all these little knick-knack things. And the thing that, my dad died, my mom had dementia, and we had to put her in assisted living. So we cleaned out their house. And my mother had this um, miniature vase collection. And she had a little shelf in one area that had a few on it. And she had another shelf in the kitchen that had a few miniature vases on it. And so I wanted her vase collection. And Robert, my younger brother, he kept coming up with these facts. I said, "How many of these are there?" And there was this box, and I unrolled one, and it's so cute. It's my favorite. Um, Bye, Leanne, and welcome in Out with Key. How are you this morning, Key? But I unwrapped this. They're little cowboy boots, two little cowboy boots, and my brother said, she numbered them. There's numbers on the bottom. I turned those little cowboy boots over, and 113. I don't know how many of those. They were like everywhere, and then I had them all loaded up and everything, and my brother texted me about a week later. Well, when you come next weekend, then I have another bag that I found in the attic. I didn't know what to do with all of those. There's so many of them. So thank you, Swantails. I have two. There's the one over there by the tree, and then the little one's right there. He's 16 years old, little Chihuahua. They love hanging out here with me when I do my lives, and so they did some debuts in my last video. Good morning, Pam. How are you? You have your coffee? I have my chicken cup this morning, and it says right here on the inside, it's backwards, keep it simple. So it reminds me to keep it simple. Um, this is my second cup. Well, it wasn't quite a full cup. I drink 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and that's it, black. Well, sometimes the second one I'll put um, cream in that doesn't have sugar. Chia tea, Miss M said. She's drinking chia tea today. Well, that's good for you. Um, Chia tea is good. Is it chia seeds? There for a while, my friend in Canada's into Whole Foods, and so uh, she had me putting chia seed in my water. Mike says, "Good morning, Pam and Miss M." Pam said, "Just finished my yoga at home, and I'm going to see if there's a bit more coffee in the carafe." And Swantail's got her coffee cup in there. Hi, Mike and Missy M with the sunflower. I have sunflowers in my. They're over back behind the fence. Uh, I want to video them. I love coffee, but I like to switch it up a bit. Yeah, I mostly just drink coffee in the morning, and then I don't drink any more caffeine. Mostly drink water. If I drink tea, it might be with my evening meal, and it's decaf, unsweetened. So there's Julie. We manifested Julie Swantails. Here she is. I was talking about you in your live. You're going to do 11:30. I'm going to join today. You're on a roll. I am, and my watch time hours have come up. Um, I need about 180 to hit 3,000. So hopefully, I would like to do that. August, I have my one big video that has almost 5,000 views. That starts coming off. Um, so um, I would like to pad it just a little bit to adjust to that. 7 minutes with Cheryl. Good morning, Cheryl. Sister, sister. The Puma Show is here. Hello. You're new. I am thinking about making a scarecrow for my backyard. There are so many crows. Oh, man. I have those blackbirds. I don't know what they're called. They sure make a squawky sound. But I have cardinals and blue jays and robins and pigeons. And what is that? The one that makes that sound. Love that bird. So, not sure how to do it. Hey, just do it, Pam. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, Swan Tails is the heart. Yep, there's Julie Jordan Scott. So cool. You're almost 3,000 hours, Rhonda. We're here for you. Yay. Yes. Uh, that's um, that's the first. Then I have to get to the 4,000. I have been on her live, Cheryl. I used to go on there a lot, um, but I have I've not been on YouTube a whole lot. I've just not had a lot of free time, and I feel like I'm kind of getting back to some normalcy in my life. And yes, I've been on hers before, and it's helped her and Red and Mrs. G and um, Doran and all of those, and I have just been out of the loop. Um, Julie said, Cheryl, I couldn't figure out how Fluffy Diva works. LOL. That's Dove. It's a dove. Is that what it is, Miss M? That's great. YouTube algorithm equals girl's mind. Oh, Pooba. Thank you so much. Philip, if God can give a male prostitute a new life and transform him, trust God can do anything. Never told anybody that before online, but I'm telling you because I feel like someone needs to hear it. So true, Philip. I have seen so many people change their lives. So many people, uh, you know, um, because I worked in the field of addiction, and addiction takes people places that they never thought they would go. Miss M said, I think it is. Julie said, that's what I think, M. Yes. Thank you for sharing that, Philip. That's vulnerable. And yet, that's, I think, there's a lot of freedom in sharing that. Okay. Miss M said, okay, I always second guess myself. So if Julie thinks it's a dove, then it's a dove. So Miss Miss Pam's giving you a heart, Philip. Yes. Yes. So I know that anybody can be healed from anything. Um, And I truly believe that. So, um, and if you're here and you need some hope, Philip should have just given it to you. So addiction is hard. It is. And I don't have an addiction to drugs or alcohol, um, but I have addiction to other things. I have an addictive personality. Julie said, I'm sitting in a parking lot. I need to go get some chicken I'm planning to use in my lunch. I'll put my phone in my pocket while I'm in the store to help your hours, Rhonda. I'll just be quiet. Well, I'll try not to say anything inappropriate in case someone hears me. So, I have all my mosquito stuff going, and it sure helps with the mosquitoes, but it does not deter the flies. We have had bad, bad flies. And we have one of those fogger things, but it's in our RV. And I think I need it here to get rid of the flies. They're really, really bad. So, um, yeah, I, I'm going to thaw out some chicken, Julie, to cook. Yeah, 12:30 Eastern. I'm turning the volume down, LOL, for a while. I'm in the store. Yep. It's a vehicle going down the little road next to the train tracks. Yeah, the railroad people. They there's a train track right behind my house, and then there's a see back there. There's a woods, and so during the day it's a loop, and there's a factory way back off over there, and they pick up stuff at the factory and they bring it around a loop and they hook up downtown with where the trains come through. And so just during the day, occasionally there's a train. I've been working on a um, um, video for my 3 years on YouTube of my bloopers. And one of them is I'm sitting out here doing a long form and train just. So Pam said, my son has been so lonely and I just don't know how to help him. I'm so sorry, Pam. It hurts your heart when your kids are hurting. Philip, sending you some love. Thanks, Miss Sim. I know what feeling lost and lonely feels like. Lovely black backyard, not flooded anymore. Hey, no, we have see the little suck pump right there? At one time, it was underwater. So, um, there was water everywhere. All of that was underwater. It even got up here on the patio because it rained so hard in about an hour, and there's no place for it to go. There's a slope from the railroad track down, and then my yard, and all of that water runs right into my yard, and it does drain off pretty quick. By yesterday evening, all of it was gone except for a little bit around our suck pump. We turned it on and it ran all day, and that helps take some of it out. We need to put in a French drain. So, Cheryl, your neighbor has a red barn. Very cool. Yes, he does. He's not outside this morning. He's been staying up late. My dogs got me up in the middle of the night this weekend, and I let him out. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. He's outside. Swantail says, I think books can help him. Well, loneliness comes from feeling disconnected, and he's not at home anymore. And isn't he at college? And so the disconnect comes from not having y'all around and not having made a new community. And so he feels real disconnected. When you feel disconnected, or you can actually feel disconnected from yourself, and it causes deep loneliness. And you have to figure out yourself how to connect. Good morning, Phil. I was just talking about you earlier. That setting barn is the best. You like my barn in the background? There's the dog. He's eating grass. The other one's out there somewhere. She's over here in the shade. But Philip, Rhonda, I mentioned my past, but don't want to talk about it again. I just said it because I don't know why. I just felt something. You followed the lead of the Holy Spirit, and we don't have to talk about it again. Pam said maybe he is isolating and has no friends around here. I just keep praying for a breakthrough. Um, that's what you do. Pray and get out of the way. Let God provide for him. But it's so hard when it's our kids and they're hurting. It's kind of like, I don't know. We hurt because they hurt. Just yeah, Phil. I was talking about us doing our little collab. I just got your text, and I will, when I'm done here, I will get with you. We can plan something. Surely, uh, my schedule's kind of panned out a little bit. Things are a little more normal around here. I man, I don't. I'm just life just sucks at times. It does, Miss M. I call it life gets lifey. So, um, and when life gets lifey, we just we just kind of one foot in front of the other, breathe in, breathe out, and time helps. Phil said, pray and get out of the way. That's right. That's with anything, whether it's our kids, parents, husband, brother, sister, situation, money. I mean, pray and get out of the way. Uh, Once a mom, always a mom. That is so true, Swan Tales. You know, uh, um, what's up, Boomer? Yes, looking forward to talking about the feelings of attachment we have to our things. Yeah, you missed my story about my mother's miniature uh, vase collection. Philip said, when life's not good, I have to say, being a Christian, I have that solid feeling inside me. I have Jesus with me, and it keeps me from going over the edge. Yes, yes, Philip. Yeah, something to hang on to. I've always said our main problem is lack of power. And our main solution is there's power greater than me. And it might be my friends. I think my friends are God with skin on them. And just uh, that they're so important, and that they are power great. And you said it. Believe that I believe. Kristen, good morning, Kristen. How are you this morning? I want to hear more about this exoskeleton. I need to come visit you. I need to come visit, and then we can pull out the phone and do a live. So you're great. That's great. I know you're busy. Are you still doing your school? Kristen and I live in the same town, and we've been friends for 15 years. Yeah, at least. Good friends for 15 years. But I've known her since she was 14. So I don't know how long ago, how long that is. No, younger than that. Maybe 14. 14. So she's younger than me. Kristen said, I'm doing school, working for my mom, and doing church and stuff. So you're busy. Busy, busy girl. No more videos. I checked yesterday. You just do them. Show them what where you're making shirts and stuff. Swan Tails is clapping. So it's great to be busy. And I stay busy, certainly. Like I said, this week it's kind of a little more of a chill out week, and I'm grateful. Kristen said, haha, I have a video plan, just haven't done it. Better done than perfect. Julie Jordan. Hi, Kristen. That's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. She's probably really grateful that she can do all of that. That's awesome, Rhonda. Friends are the best. Yeah, Pam, they are. I have some really good friends. Julie saying hello to Boomer. He did a live the other evening. It was so enjoyable. We got to talking about Ed Sullivan and watching the Beatles. I'm telling my age, but I've already told my age, so it doesn't matter. But man, it was a trip down memory lane. Uh, yes, on the gratitude. Yes, better done than perfect. Um, Man, I was told that a lot when I first started recovery. Kristen Briggs, me too. I have a video I have delayed for 2 weeks. Kristen just needs to hop on there and do them. Just make them and throw them up there. You would be surprised. I didn't make a video for a month, a long form. Thank goodness I had a couple of long forms in the queue that I could put out, and so it was 2 weeks. I went 2 weeks without posting a long form video. I still did. I did 2 lives last week. I think I might have done 3 the week before, but it's I don't know. It just and it seems like the more you delay, the harder it gets to do it. And so Julie said, I've been working on one for 3 days. I'm finally publishing tomorrow. That's great, Julie. I've got several. Um, Phil said, "What's up, Boomer?" Said, haha, that live got flagged for showing those Beetle clips. Had to remove it for it to be put back up. Oh, I guess they're copyrighted. Kristen said, I've delayed way too long. Well, I'm glad I was there because it's like you forget. Um, Boomer saying hello to Julie. Philip said, I'm so blessed that the love we have as Christians is elevated. Praise glory to God for the love he gives us. Yes, Philip. Thank you for sharing. Um, I remember, Phil, I was in the ninth grade and it was Sunday evening, and our youth group from church, we gathered at the one of the people that worked with the youth at their house. And we all gathered around the front of the TV because the Beatles were going to be on, and they sang "Hey Jude" and "Hurdy Gurdy Man." Is that? I think that's what it is. But they sang "Hey Jude," and oh my goodness, um, but to be able to have watched Ed Sullivan live and the Beatles to be on there, it was phenomenal. And he was talking about that. And man, talk about just, I mean, those memories. But that's what we remember. Swan tells, I need water just a minute. Yes, I have a little bit of coffee left. It's gotten a little bit cold. So, but any of y'all have plans for the week besides work? Um, just such a nice memory, Rhonda. Yes, you were taught, Miss M, you were talking about your playlist on Lori's Live. Something that's shocking. I shocked Mrs. G out of her gourd, like Debbie Sue would say, because I like rap music and I know rap music and lots of from an era, a certain era of rap music, and they were, I don't know, they made some reference to some line, some rap song, and I'm like, drop it like it's hot, and all of those. Was an era that I really, you know, asked Kristen. Mike Jones. See, I just mentioned Mrs. G, and she's on here. Isn't it funny how that happens? I was just talking about you, Mrs. G, how I shocked you out of your gourd because I liked rap music. Pam said, my parents hosted youth group in the late 70s. I was just a little kid. I remember campfires and tobogganing in the snow. Yes. Um, I love doing that. And then I worked with the youth at my church, went to church camp, and they thought I was a youth. I loved it. I was about 23, and I had a 2 year old at home. And my in laws kept my 2 year old, my in laws and my parents, and I went off to church camp for a week. Greatest thing. But those girls would love it because, I could walk up to the boys and say, "Hey, I want y'all to meet some girls," because I didn't have any skin in the game. I wasn't looking for anybody. Uh, your your playlist always shocks people. I think mine would too. It goes from a Christian song to a rap song to rock to country to I just like music. Did you really? I did. Did what, Miss G? I just mentioned you. Yes, I did. I was talking to Miss M about her playlist. I was talking about you. Yes, how you were shocked that I liked rap music. Miss M, I recognized your picture. Uh, 1 o'clock in the morning here where I am in Australia. I'm going to go to sleep now. Just want to say I love you all. Thanks, Philip, for hanging out with us. You have a great sleep, and I'll see you again on these YouTube streets. Pam said, once I was so excited to jump on the inner tube with teens, I hyped myself up so much I jumped right over the tube. I like music as music as well. Yes. Saying goodnight to Philip. Mrs. G said, "Oh, yes, I sure was, Rhonda. You're full of surprises." Yes, uh, I'm a motorcycle riding woman, and I like to fish and camp, and I like rap music. You know, I remember Eminem. Oh my goodness. And everyone was like, "You listen to Eminem?" Miss M said, "My stupid thumbs are not working today." I don't know how y'all do that with the thumbs anyway. Um, Mrs. G saying, "Hey, Philip, he's going to bed, Mrs. G. It's 1 a.m. in the morning in Australia." So he stayed up to just hang out on my live. Uh, so, what do you got going on, Miss G? I've been trying to talk Mrs. G into doing a live. My son makes rap beats and songs. He's pretty good, if I do say so myself. That's cool, Pam. That's really cool. I think since I like to dance and that has that beat to it, maybe not so much rap music right now or today, but Eminem. I don't like this new rap stuff nowadays. That's what I was just saying, Mrs. G. But there's a certain era that I really like. I have to tell a story about me and Kristen. We were camping out, we going to town, and the chiggers were eating us up and all of this sort of stuff. And I just broke out in a rap song, and at the end of it, I went, "Mike Jones, Mike Jones," and she was, "You know who Mike Jones is?" And I was like, "I sure do." Oh my goodness. Oh, and she just started in with the phone number, and it's like we still laugh about that. Oh my goodness, we have some adventures. Snoop Dogg, Mike Jones, yes, yeah. I just those songs. Uh, it's getting hot in here, and popping your collar and riding dirty. I don't know, kind of that. Is Mike Jones a movie star? He's a rap singer from what, early 2000s? Would you say Nelly? Yes, ludicrous. I can remember. I have to tell you this story, Ms. G. I was in a counseling session. This is when I worked in addiction. And the guy was saying that he wanted a Christian girl, a really nice girl, but that she had to like sex. And I said, "Oh, you want a lady in the street and a freak in the bed?" He looked at me and said, "Are you quoting ludicrous to me?" I said, "I sure am." Oh, you already with me. Yeah, 2000s. Early 2000s. 2004 or 5, somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. But he had a phone number, and he always, in his rap songs, he always said his name. Mike Jones, Mike Jones. Miss M said, I don't like rap music, but I like rap in the middle of a rock song. Yes. How about this country rock, rap? I mean, have y'all, you know, um, I tell you, 281-330-8004. See, Kristen knows the thing. Now, I have to tell another story on Kristen. She had a motorcycle wreck and she was in expensive care. It was right at, and she just said she had a concussion. And she said, I can't remember things and I don't know things. And I said, You can. You can remember things. And so I started singing Ice, Ice, Baby. Ice, Ice, Baby. Now, Kristen knows every single word to that song, her and my husband. And they will just break off and every single word. And she started singing it and she could sing it. And she looked at me and she said, Maybe I can't remember. But that's, we think that's, that, yeah, you can't remember. And yet, I can remember lyrics to songs from, I don't know. I guess that's long term memory. But what's up, Boomer said, What? LOL, this lives get lively. Yeah, my lives do tend to get lively. Um, was it last Wednesday we got to talking about glitter bombs? Oh, in one live, we got all way off in talking about poop. It's getting hot in here. Yeah, yeah. Drop it like it's hot. Get low, get low, get low. See, that's the era that I really, really loved more of rap music. Pam said I used to listen to a lot of country music as we were a rodeo family. When I met my husband, he made fun of it, lol, but he was in a punk band. Well, I always tended to more for rock and roll back in the day in the 70s, and Miss M said country singers trying to rap is horrible. Leave the rapping to the pros. Biscuits and gravy. I don't know. I got recipes on you, Rhonda. I will tell Reds and Fluffy Diva. You sure do. You sure do. You can tell them whatever you want. I am not afraid of you having my receipts. I'm telling on myself. Where do you think you're getting the receipts from, Mrs. G? Oh, yeah. Was it last week? Judith, who rides a motorcycle, she said, "You need to do a video with your motorcycle." So I'll have to move out into the driveway one morning and get that bike behind me. So Mrs. G said, I'm going to make a short. All right, you go make a short. You need my energy, Swantails. I tell you, these lives wind me up and I get sassy. My little southern sass comes out. I think that's why my lives do so well, is so much of my personality. When I do my long form videos, um, they're educational, they're personal development, they're to help. Uh, okay, I'll have to look that up. There's one rap song I do like. It's called Mockingbird. I think it's really good but deep. You needed a good laugh this morning, Mrs. G. Yes, I always laugh, and I think that I say if you want zen in your life, just have a good belly laugh. And I certainly uh, agree with that. In these lives, I'm always laughing on my lives, carrying on with the people in the chat, and I don't know, it's really good. I'll have to look that up. Who's it by? Do you know, Kristen or Miss M? I love both your live and your videos. Thank you, Mike. They're a little different. My husband tells me, he says, your personality just doesn't come through on your long form videos. And I'm like, yeah, but they're different. But, my personality is multifaceted. It's so good, Kristen. All right, I'm going to have to go listen to it. Um, anyway, so, Mike, you're always such a great encourager. Mrs. G said, did you enjoy your day on the water? Mrs. G, he had a great day except for when he jumped in. He thought it was shallow and it wasn't. He went under and lost his glasses. Mm, imminent. Okay, I'll look it up. I will look it up. My professional self. I have a friend that says I have a telephone. Eminem? Okay. I think it's by Eminem. All right. I may have heard it. Yes, my professional self. I have a friend that tells me I have a telephone voice. And she said, you just be carrying on and then you answer the phone. This is Rhonda. You have. I do. I do. Kristen's agreeing that I have a telephone voice. Mike lost his glasses. Yes, he lost his glasses. He had to have somebody else drive him home. Got his old pair of glasses. Then he had to go back and get his other boat. Miss M said, I keep that secret from my parents, that one rap song. Okay, all right, Miss M, understand. My Nana, hi Yvonne, how are you this morning? So, I hope you're doing well. You're on your morning break. Yes, I have teacher self that kicks in. Pam becomes a teacher. I become, I have different hats. And man, one little thing, and I got on my counselor hat. Uh, oh, I hope you can, Mike. He said, yes, I have to take my old glasses off and hold the phone close just to see the chat. Hopefully, I can get new ones this week. Oh, Yvonne saying hello to Miss M. And great chat this morning. But, you know, music connects us. And Mrs. G said, Ron, I'm still getting over that itchy rash from that allergic reaction from the meds just last week. I'm so sorry. That is, whew. What's up, Boomer says glasses stories are a real thing at a certain age. That is right, Phil. We ought to have our glasses. Make sure you have Advil, Mike. Uh, Mrs. G, that's why I haven't been active online. Okay, yeah. I mean, life gets lifey. I haven't been active. Um, I got um, I got a little overwhelmed, and then I got sick, and then my husband came home from treatment and just kind of adjusting to that. And nope, there's a blue jay female over there. The wind's ruffling her feathers. You're blind as a bat when your glasses are off. I have this makeup mirror that's I don't know what video I took. I went to go get I had a makeup mirror that wasn't very strong, so I decided to go to get a makeup mirror, and I go to I don't remember, but they had really great makeup mirrors, and that 20 times, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what I look like. Oh, Kristen said, me too, Miss M. I thought the big E on the wall at the eye doctor's office was a doggy. Oh, that's funny. Well, I have great vision far off. One of my eyes is 2015 and the other one's 2020. But small print, I can't see a thing. And, readers drive me nuts. So I have prescription, no line, no line bifocals, and there's not anything in the top of them. So, and they are starting to make, like at Walmart, to make glasses like that where there's nothing in the top. And, so Mrs. G said, "Me too, far off, great vision." Miss M said, "I can't see far away." Kristen said she has one contact. Yeah, I can wear one contact. Then I can see up close, and I can see. I ran out of all my contacts, and I was going to order some, but since I'm not riding, I mainly wore them when I rode motorcycle because I could wear my riding sunglasses and one contact, and then I could see my phone if I wanted to use it, or to take pictures. And anyway, that was. I haven't been on the bike in a year, so miss him. I hate how they blow air in your eyes to check for a disease. Yes, that. So, Kristen, that's the only time I wear mine, or when I wear a hat. Yeah, that would be, yeah, like a ball hat, a ball cap. I don't want to ride anymore. You don't, Kristen? What's changed, honey? I tell you, we lost a lot of sisters. Yeah, it's kind of sad. So, and people, the feelings. Yeah, yeah, it's, mine's mixed up in all of that. Miss M said, "Well, Rhonda, it was nice chatting. Have a great week. Bye, chat. Bye, Miss M. It's about time for me to get off of here. I've been on here almost an hour. That's about all my bandwidth I can do in a live is about an hour, and it definitely helps my watch time hours. I get about 10 hours. The other night, I was on my live for an hour and a half, and there were a lot of people in, and they kept coming in, and I got 24 watch time hours off of that. Have they dropped? That's Wednesday. Yeah, I think they dropped today. They pushed me into the 2800s. So I have hovered right around below 2800 for months and months. I can't remember when I hit my 1,000 subscribers earlier this year. So Yvonne said, "That's good, Rhonda. I need a lot of watch hours." Do your lives. Lives help. The lives have really helped increase mine. I'm holding my own. Um, I dropped almost 80 hours and then started creeping back up because I increased my 2 lives. And so I am gaining a little more than I'm losing because 3 years on YouTube and what I did last year, those hours come off. So that's what everyone was telling me. Do lives. And Gary from YouTube Police 29, he's he wants me to call him. He has some ideas to help me uh, increase my watch time hours. So Cheryl said, "You're so right. I did the hard way with doing no live." Yes, I wished I had started lives a lot sooner than I did. I was afraid, and Sally helped me do my first live, and it was like, this is fun. And then the next week, I did my first by myself, and it's up. All right, Yvonne, you have a good day too. So out there driving the streets and delivering. So Phil said, "Going to watch your latest video, Rhonda. It is very close to my next video topic. Crazy. I know, isn't that crazy how that works? It's like we're on the same wavelength. I'm working on one now that is a little bit of different slant to fawning. Um, It's a new concept, fairly new concept in the therapeutic realm of a trauma response. But I think, yeah. Anyway, I'm working on that one. I have several. My creative stuff went way out the window, and I talked about it on my live last Wednesday, and since then, it's crazy how that works. So, what's up, Boomer? Things I didn't expect working in retirement. Yeah, yeah. Mine's kind of a humor slant. It's very light. Uh, Mike said, "Thanks for letting me listen to you." Thanks for showing up here, Mike. Really appreciate it. I appreciate my community, and I have some very loyal members in my community, and I'm getting some new ones. Um, I have 7 new subscribers over the weekend. So, oh, Cheryl said, "Hi, Mike. Really enjoyed the beautiful lake there." Pam says, "Have a great day, Rhonda." You too, Miss Pam. I'll pray for you and your son. Yeah, yeah. Gotta go, Chris. Bye, Kristen. I gotta go too. I've made it to an hour, and I'm always amazed. Like, how did that an hour just passes by? So y'all have a great week, and remember to be you on purpose. Might as well. Everybody else is taken.